Good morning vlog. Yes, I'm dressed like Adam Sandler and I feel amazing for it. Don't worry, I'm not going into anything like this. I mean, your view is really good, but the next clip is a video I recorded literally 2 months ago. It was supposed to be scheduled for January, so it could be like some inspiring. First of all, hold on. My new cut, my girl snapped. She did her big one. Oh my gosh. And this is just me with the hot comb. Okay. Okay, anyways. It was supposed to be an inspirational podcast-ish vlog for the new year. But you know what? Fuck it. I feel like crashing out now. So this next clip, listen to it while you're doing your makeup, while you're doing your hair, when you're in the car. Like, I think I already say that in the beginning of the next video. But hi, you guys. I don't know if I like the you guys thing. I need to make a name for like people here, like my deities or my honeys or my groupies. No, I'm just kidding. Not my groupies. We'll figure it out. It'll come to me when it flows. I don't want to force it. Anyways, I don't know if it's something that's in the air, but I've been on this kicker to like reclaim my identity. And I don't know if it's something about turning 29 or nearing 30. Like, is it turning 29 or is it the fact that I know 29 and then it's 30? Could be all of it, ruminating. But I've been in such an energy to just reclaim my identity. Honestly, this is going to be one of those vlogs that if you're driving, if you're doing your makeup, if you're doing your hair, put it on, let's chat. This is going to be one of those vlogs that I want to hear from you guys because this is something that I've been dealing with basically my whole life. Honestly, like, this is for the girlies or the guys if you're actually here. This is for anyone who grew up running the blocks of their streets. They had the water pumps out in the summer, or you were playing manhunt outside with your cousins and your friends. Like, this vlog is for you. All of those things that I touched upon, we already know where you're from, right? You're from the hood, or you had some hood experiences. And let me just tell you how, while I was growing up, I didn't know that we were like of a certain like middle class or this or that. Like, I never put myself in a box like that. I just felt like this is life. This is how it is. And I miss seeing life through that lens. Throughout, maybe, I feel like it started in college, really, when I would get called like, oh, you're ratchet, or you're ghetto, or you're aggressive because of where you from. And it has become such a pain point for me. And it feels like people are coming for my identity. It feels like you're coming for my character. And I think there's like this storyline where people are like, oh, but if you're from the hood, like, that doesn't have to be your entire story. That doesn't have to, but it's part of it. And it doesn't have to be something that I'm ashamed of, something that I say, I grew from the hood and it's so, like, there's nothing wrong with where I'm from. There's nothing wrong with my background. I love where I'm from. I love how I grew up. You know, like, I wouldn't change a single part of my story. There have been high highs, there have been low lows, like, even as a child, low lows. I have an experience of being in a shelter. I almost lost my house. I almost had to drop out of college. Like, I called my daddy crying, and thank God he came through. And a lot of these things, honestly, shout out to my dad because he would come through. So when people take a jab at my upbringing, it feels like you're coming for me. You're coming for every single thing that I have gotten through and overcame, and things that I'm proud of. You're telling me it's an ugly part of my story and it's okay that I experienced it. Like, I know that. I don't need other people to tell me that, right? You're coming for me. And this whole vlog is to let everyone know, like, don't let other people redefine your story. Don't let other people redefine your identity and make you feel smaller because of where you started or your humble beginnings. Fuck, it was humble, but I had fun. That's one thing I can say. My life was fun. You know, I spent part of my college years trying to be so palatable, trying to be something I'm not, making sure people don't see my background, see where I'm from, and they just accept me as one of them. So I started to reinvent myself. And a lot of people reinvent themselves for college, right? But I really started to reinvent myself, and it was all to be palatable by people who may have had more than me financially, but were spiritually broke. And I find myself still, I feel like I haven't learned this lesson yet because it's a repeat pattern in my life. I'm constantly in like these environments where people want to humble me, or they want to feel sorry for me, or they want to remind me of my past, like, hey, you sound a little aggressive right now, or oh, that came out a little ghetto, maybe don't talk like that. Listen, I have my in-office voice. Hi, I'm Thalia, da da da, whatever, whatever. And then I have the voice that I have right now. And then I have the voice that I am when I'm talking with my family and I'm talking with my friends. And I have a little sazon to the way I speak, the way I move, whatever. It's me. And there's nothing wrong with that. And this next year, I say it every year, but I think I'm slowly getting closer to it. I am not watering myself down any longer. And every year I find myself watering myself down every fucking time. And I'm sick of my shit. You gotta be sick of your shit to get over your shit. And let me tell you, I am sick and tired of my bullshit. As I got older, I started to tell myself, like, I am from the hood. I am from the Bronx. I am from Yonkers. I did experience all these things. I do code switch sometimes. And every single version of me is still me. It's still real. You don't get to decide what parts of me are the real me. You don't get to decide what parts of me I should hide. And that's not anybody's fault. I take accountability. That's my fault for allowing people to tell me who I am, for allowing people to make me feel small, for allowing people to tell me to dim my light, and then I go and dim my motherfucking lights. You don't pay my light bill. If I want to be bright as the motherfucking sun, I will be. And I should be. And I shouldn't be ashamed of that, and neither should you. You know, just because I'm from a certain neighborhood doesn't mean I'm not destined for greatness. And it doesn't mean that I don't belong in these luxury spaces. That is the part that gets me. That is the part that I love. Is when I am sitting pretty at the Ritz-Carlton. I remember when I was sitting on the bunk bed in the shelter. I remember the year that I couldn't give to the foundation for food because I was the one receiving it. I remember those things, and those things stay with me. And I didn't think I was about to cry on my blog. Those things are with me all of the time. And this episode is like my reminder to myself, because clearly I needed to say all these things, and I hope whoever's watching this is resonating with you too. But I know the person inside who I am who's trying to break through needs it. I need it. I need it to remind myself. A lot of the things that I say, if you follow me on Instagram, if you're part of the Thrive Tribe subscription that I have, a lot of the things that I'm saying in there, I'm saying because I need it too. I need to remember who I am. I need to remember my voice and the motivation that I give others. I need to give it to myself. I literally called my cousin the other day and we're talking, and I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm crashing out and this and this and that. And she's like, girl, I'm going to tell you what the fuck you told me. And everything she said, I was just like, I know this. And of course I said that. That is so great. But why can't I take my own advice? We start to believe these opinions that other people have of us. And that's where we start looking for the validation. Or we start resenting this person because it reminds us of a time when we didn't belong, or someone told us that we didn't belong. Someone told us that we weren't enough. Like, I literally created T's Magic Leaf for this reason, right? People in my neighborhoods are getting arrested, getting freaking stopped and frisked for smoking weed. And then we see a fucking weed shop by fucking Betty Smith. Oh, come try my marijuana dog treats and da da da. And I'm seeing my people get taken away from this, get deported for this. So I started to be like, okay, how are we going to rebel against this? Because I think that was a lot of my personality is like, oh, you're saying I'm not allowed to do that? Now I'm going to figure out how I can do it and do it so great that it's in your face and you can't tell me shit. So we started T's Magic Leaf, my cousin and I. And it was to bridge that gap between, people who smoke cannabis, they're all drug addicts and blah, blah, blah. And like sometimes they're just people who just want to chill, who don't even like to drink. I feel like drinking brings out more aggression. And so I wanted to create fun spaces that reminded us of like our family parties. And, in the heart of the Latino community, it's parties of our community all stems from these moments together. So I wanted to create that for T's Magic Leaf and just show like we belong wherever the fuck we say we belong. And I went from a 70-person backyard party to 150 guests, 11 vendors that were popping in a penthouse in Chelsea, New York City with a view of the Empire State Building. Don't tell me I don't fucking belong in these places. Don't tell me the way I speak, the way I talk, where I come from doesn't belong somewhere. Or it isn't good enough. It's great enough. It's more than enough. I feel like I constantly find myself around people who are trying to make me less. And if I don't fit in your box, good. Because I don't put myself in a box. I don't want to be in your box. I don't seek your validation. Honestly, I seek the validation of like 12-year-old me. And she thinks I'm pretty fucking cool. Except when I'm sitting here trying to change myself to be palatable to people who I don't really give a fuck about. I sometimes cry for that young woman who believed other people's opinions of her were right, who believed I needed to dress a certain way to be accepted, to speak a certain way, shop at certain places, spend certain money. And it's like, what an insult to my ancestors. What an insult to my grandmother who brought over her 10 out of 12 children. I think the other 2 were adults, so they were like, I'll come when I'll come. She brought over 10 children from Ecuador, not speaking a lick of English. I think she was a seamstress. And did the damn thing. She is the reason I have so many cousins, why I had a beautiful home. My dad was able to get a beautiful home with his brother. And my aunt has a beautiful home. And like my family has such a beautiful life because of her. How dare I disrespect my grandmother so much and take the advice of someone who does not even have 1/3 of the heart that she has. Take the advice of people who are so spiritually lost. And I don't mean like spiritual, like Christian, Catholic, this and that. Like, I just mean like you have no identity. There are people who actually give me their opinions because they care so much about what other people say. And then I start to feed into that. Why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself? I'm an older sister. What kind of example am I giving my little brothers? And it got to a point where I started to be afraid to post because I was told, oh, don't post that. You don't want people to think this of you. From the bottom of my heart, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks of me. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And I truly want to mean that. There are still moments when I'm like, oh, should I post this? And I'm like, who the fuck cares? I'm not a horrible person. I am a good person. And I enjoy a certain kind of style of posting or speaking. And that doesn't make me less than. I've always been real and raw. And I've always encouraged other people to be their realest self. So how hypocritical of me to do the complete opposite. How hypocritical of me. Who should listen to me? Don't. Because I can't even follow the shit that I'm saying. So that's why I'm starting the vlog over. To be the real, no filter, needed self that I wanted to be, that is inside of me, that lives inside of me. I wanted to come out, but I was too afraid. And I don't know what it is, what's in the air, but I'm no longer afraid because I know God got me. I know whatever comes of this, I'm going to be fine. And if anybody who watches this doesn't fucking like it, get the fuck off my page. Don't change yourself for anything or anyone. You will not like who you look in the mirror. When I look at myself in the mirror, I do love myself. But I sometimes get disappointed in myself. Not because of the things that I haven't accomplished, or the things that I've said, or the way that I speak, or the way that I dress. Shit, I think I'm cute. But I'm disappointed in myself when I decide that what someone else thinks of me is more important than what I think of me. It's more important than what I've been through, than sharing my story. It's not important. And if this only reaches 10 subscribers, well, I can't even fit 10 people in my office, so that's beautiful to me. And before I log off, if you're listening to this, I just want to say I think you are perfect. I think you're amazing, and I think you do not know how valued you are. People speak about you in rooms you've never even stepped foot in. And not in a bad way. There are people who are so inspired by you. You might look at your stories and like, why does this bitch keep watching me? Meanwhile, on the other side, she's like, oh my God, this girl's so pretty. She's so cool. I love what she wears. Or I love what she speaks about. Believe that. You are so important to the ecosystem of this world. So don't devalue yourself because someone else has something to say. Who gives a fuck?